shilling to tie up your boat at the dock. And I shall need to know your name.
Wallababoo Anchorage is a picturesque bay and anchorage located on the western coast of the island of St. Vincent in the Caribbean. It gained international recognition as a filming location for the popular film series Pirates of the Caribbean. The film is inspired by and takes its theme from the popular Walt Disney theme park ride of the same name. Wallababoo has become a popular tourist destination, attracting fans of the film series who want to experience the atmosphere of the movies and explore the filming location. The following comes directly from the official Wallababoo Anchorage website. Wallababoo Anchorage was the principal Caribbean location for Disney's 2003 hit movie Pirates of the Caribbean. The set was built around our hotel and restaurant, and the hotel rooms were used as green rooms for the actors. Our hotel, restaurant, shops, and customs office were made into the village of Port Royal, which was the famous pirate town in Jamaica. The whole bay was bustling with hundreds of cast and crew for the duration of the filming, and pirate ships ruled the sea. Arrgh. We decided to keep the set and try to preserve it, and are constantly in the process of restoration. We have a museum and recently finished our pirate/picture museum, which is made inside the main Pirates of the Caribbean Disney set building. It is full of photos of the building, of the set, and the stars, and much, much more. Come and slip into original pirate costumes for your souvenir photos, stand inside coffins, well that's always fun, or next to one of our cannons for your holiday shots. Yeah, those would be great for the Christmas card. Like many places in the Caribbean, St. Vincent has a colonial history. The island was colonized by European powers, including the French and the British. The presence of colonial powers led to the construction of forts and other structures for defense and control. Some of these historical sites can still be found in St. Vincent. Wallababoo Anchorage served as a primary filming location for several scenes in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie titled The Curse of the Black Pearl, released in 2003. Now, the bay and its surroundings were transformed into that fictional Caribbean port of Port Royal. The set of the pirate town Port Royal is located at Wallababoo Falls on the leeward coast of St. Vincent near Wallababoo Bay. In the motion picture, Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp, and Will Turner, played by Orlando Bloom, brave the Caribbean Sea to stop a ship of pirates led by Captain Barbossa, portrayed by Jeffrey Rush, who intend to break an ancient curse with the blood of the lovely Elizabeth Swann, played by the lovely Keira Knightley. The film also stars Jonathan Pryce and Jack Davenport. Fort Charlotte, associated with the Pirates of the Caribbean film series, is a fictional location created for the movies. It is not a historical fort, but a set built for filming. The Pirates of the Caribbean films used various real-world locations, such as Wallababoo Anchorage in St. Vincent for certain scenes, but the portrayal of Fort Charlotte in the movies is a creative addition. Marineland of the Pacific was a public oceanarium and tourist attraction located on the Palos Verde Peninsula coast in Los Angeles County, California. Architect William Pereira designed the main structure. It was also known as Hanna-Barbera's Marineland during the 1970s and early 1980s. Marineland operated from 1954 until 1987, when it was purchased by the owners of SeaWorld San Diego. The new owners moved the popular killer whales and other animals to their San Diego facility and abruptly closed Marineland. Countless movies and television series were filmed at the park when it was open. Since its closing, scenes for several feature films have been shot at the location, including Mermaids of Tiburon. Never heard of it. The first three Pirates of the Caribbean films, Charlie's Angels, Hot Shots, Inspector Gadget, Fun with Dick and Jane, Pearl Harbor, The Avatar, Hidalgo, and Life as a House. Mel Gibson's trailer was parked at the bottom of the cliff for Lethal Weapon 2. In the film series, Fort Charles is a fort located in Port Royal, Jamaica. It serves as the headquarters for the British Royal Navy in the Caribbean. Notable scenes at Fort Charles includes the trial of Captain Jack Sparrow and various sequences involving the British military. The use of fictional locations mixed with real-world settings is a common practice in filmmaking, allowing filmmakers to create captivating and immersive environments for storytelling. While Fort Charlotte in the Pirates of the Caribbean films is not a real historical fort, it has become a recognizable and iconic element within the context of the movie series. Yep, I always seem to be sticking a Western town set into the mix. There seem to be a lot of them. Westerns were like superhero movies back in the 1950s and 1960s on the big screen and the little screen. There were a ton of them. Melody Ranch is in Santa Clarita Valley near Newhall, California. Melody Ranch has a rich history in the film industry. It was established in 1915 by film actor and director Francis Boggs. During the silent era, Melody Ranch gained popularity as a location for shooting Western films, which were a dominant genre in early Hollywood. Sound familiar? Marvel, Disney, superheroes. In 1952, singing cowboy Gene Autry purchased Melody Ranch.
This is Gene Autry, and I'm here to welcome you to Melody Ranch out in California. And we've got a lot of friends here waiting for you. So just stick around for a minute, huh?
Autry was not only a popular entertainer, but also a savvy businessman with a deep connection to Western-themed productions. Under Autry's ownership, Melody Ranch continued to be a prominent location for Western film and television productions. Numerous iconic Westerns were filmed there during this period. In 1962, a devastating fire destroyed much of Melody Ranch. Despite the significant damage, Autry was committed to rebuilding the studio, and it was restored to its former glory. Melody Ranch changed hands after Gene Autry's ownership. It went through various owners, including Ronald Reagan. Subsequent owners have continued to restore and preserve Melody Ranch, maintaining its historic Western town settings and making it available for film and television productions. Melody Ranch is renowned for its authentic Western film sets, including a main street with storefronts, saloons, and other period-appropriate buildings. Over the years, Melody Ranch has been the backdrop for numerous Western films and television shows. It has played a crucial role in shaping the visual representation of the Old West in popular culture. Here are some of the notable movies and television shows made at Melody Ranch. High Noon with Gary Cooper and Grace Kelly. Gunfight at the OK Corral with Burt Lancaster and Kirk Douglas. That crappy The Wild Wild West movie with Will Smith and Kevin Kline. Django Unchained by Quentin Tarantino. Melody Ranch continues to operate as a working film studio, offering its Western-themed sets for film and television productions. It also has a museum component that showcases its history and contributions to the film industry. Melody Ranch stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of Western films, and its history reflects the evolution of Hollywood in the film industry over the decades. The studio's commitment to restoration and preservation ensures that its Western town settings remain an integral part of film history.
For every mystery, there is someone, somewhere, who knows the truth. Perhaps that someone is watching. Perhaps it's you.
Hey, John Donahue here at Babelsberg Studios in Berlin, Germany. You've never heard of Babelsberg Studios? This is where they filmed that classic Metropolis and Inglourious Basterds, and now Cloud Atlas. Right now, I'm standing on the sets for a horror movie called Hansel and Gretel. They shot this here about a year ago, and the sets are still left standing here at the studio.
Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters is a 2013 American horror film. It stars Jeremy Renner and Gemma Arterton as the adult siblings from the fairy tale Hansel and Gretel, who work together to kill witches for hire. The movie is about what might have happened if the children from the story continued to kill witches and grow up to make a living at it. The big mystery in this segment of the video is, does the set of the town in the movie still exist? And there's so many articles stating different things, so let's see if you and I and Robert Stack can get to the bottom of this.
I take them down. They're freaking cool. Take a look.
So here's where Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters was filmed. It was filmed at Studio Babelsberg, or a lot of it was filmed there, and that's where the village was constructed. The set of the village for in there. Now there's a lot of articles stating that the village is found someplace in the forest of Augsburg, and so the location, or in the story, the location that Hansel and Gretel go to is Augsburg, but it's a fictional Augsburg. In that movie, it's not the real Augsburg where it was filmed, so I think that's where some of these articles that I've read have confusion.
Look how cool it is. Look at that detail. Look at this. And by the way, this isn't real stone, right? This is hollow.
far as I know, there is no movie set in any forest in Augsburg, Germany. Actually, it was built here in Studio Babelsberg. Now, I searched all around to see if I could find remnants of it. I put on layers for satellite. I zoomed in, I look around, but you can only see so much. You can't exactly make out everything, so you can do your best and try to search. If you've been to the studio and did a tour and can tell me if anything's still standing, I don't believe anything's standing. We're talking about a 11-year-old movie from 2013, and it's now 2024 as I film this. Usually when I go in and do these videos, I'll see lots and lots of video from different YouTube channels showing the location, and there's nothing. There's nothing. There's no pictures beyond what the studio released, as far as I could tell. Used over and over by articles, and there's only that one video that we're showing right now in this video, and that's all I could find. So that just tells me it's no longer exists. People do not visit it. It's not a tourist attraction at all. The mystery, as far as I'm concerned. So it also, some articles say it's also in a forest outside of Berlin. As far as I know, it's not. There's no movie set outside the forest of Berlin. They might have filmed someplace outside the forest of Berlin. But as far as I know, it was filmed right here in this studio, well, outside of Berlin, right? And here's just many articles. This one actually got it right.
You got a burned down village. People smoke a lot in Germany, so I'm sure that's how that went up. So anyway, that's all I can tell you. Hansel and Gretel opening soon. Enjoy. John Donahue for Beyond the Marquee.
Saying old medieval, this is an old medieval forest near Berlin. It's not an old medieval forest. A lot of false articles. This one says is a city in southern Germany in Bavaria, Augsburg, which it could be, but that's the real one, not the fake one that's in this movie. And some people were claiming that it was a lost village. The pictures were from a lost village in Scotland, which isn't true either. So it's kind of a mystery as to find it. So you help me out. Is this film set still standing? I don't know.
Join me. Perhaps you may be able to help solve a mystery.
A powerful tribute today as thousands gathered at the Boston Marathon finish line. A place so many have raced through, but today everyone was still. Here, 10 years ago, an unthinkable attack.
And we heard the two explosions, and my family and I knew something was wrong right away.
Back-to-back explosions that killed 3 people and injured hundreds more. Boston Strong still on full display a decade later. Kathy Park, NBC News, Boston.
In 2013, terrorist brothers Jahamakar and Tamarian Zarnoff, or whatever the fuck their stupid names are, detonated homemade bombs near the finish line of the Boston Marathon, killing 3 people and injuring hundreds more. In 2016, the movie Patriot's Day, starring Dorchester native Mark Wahlberg and Kevin Bacon, was released, recounting this horrific attack. Much of the filming took place at a former naval base in South Weymouth, Massachusetts, where the neighborhood and downtown sets that were created for this movie remain standing today. The bombings at the Boston Marathon finish line were reenacted on a runway at the former South Weymouth Naval Air Station, construction crews recreated a city street scene like Boylston Street, where the April 15, 2013 attacks occurred. A stretch of Boylston Street in Boston leading up to the marathon finish line was recreated on a section of that base, the site of an old blimp hangar.
So where I am today is an abandoned wonderland. It is a mecca of abandonment. It is an urban explorer's gold mine.
Salem was an American supernatural horror television series created by Brandon Braga and Adam Simon, loosely inspired by the real Salem witch trials in the 17th century. The series premiered on WGN America on April 20th of 2014, becoming the network's first original scripted series. As the network's first and highest rated series, it was renewed for a second season on May 15th of 2014. And a third season was commissioned on July 11th, 2015, and premiered on November 2nd of 2016. On December 13th, 2016, it was announced that WGN had canceled the show after 3 seasons, with the final episode airing on January 25th of 2017. Salem takes place in Salem, Massachusetts during the legendary witch hunting trials of the 17th century. The fictional plot is packed full of drama, mystery, scandal, action, terror, romance, and special effects. In bare bones, it's pretty much Twilight for television, although this time we're dealing with witches and not vampires. The village set for the television series Salem is outside of Shreveport, Louisiana, in the small town of Grand Cane in DeSoto Parish, and many of the interior and exterior set scenes were filmed at Stageworks of Louisiana, located in downtown Shreveport. The 30-acre set reflects the 17th century Massachusetts and was used to film many of the interior and exterior scenes. In December 2016, WGN America announced that the historical drama Salem would be canceled after those 3 seasons. The series ratings had been declining since its first season, and it can only be speculated that the cost of production may have also contributed to the cancellation. You would think presently television or movies would have use for this impressive set. I see no indication that it's been used since the cancellation of the series. You'd also think it would be set up as some kind of tourist destination, but alas, it sits by its lonesome in the outskirts of Louisiana, occasionally visited by curious explorers and YouTube channels, but be careful. I do believe that this is owned and private property, so maybe ask for permission or sneak very carefully.